Oh, there was one thing I wanted to ask you. You were saying before that you're sort of neutral right now in the markets. What do you mean by that?
Let me pull up the Fear and Greed Index. If you're not familiar, this is on CNN's website. This is actually created by a friend of mine, Jason Meshnick, also a CMT. He wrote this 20 years ago, a long time ago. This is basically a measurement of multiple aspects of the market, and even this particular indicator is firing off a neutral signal at the moment. So what we're really measuring is market momentum. What is the S&P 500 showing us against 125-day moving average? And right now we're kind of at a greed signal there. Stock price strength in terms of 52-week highs is also showing about extreme greed. The stock price breadth, which is effectively a volume indicator, is also showing us greed. Puts versus calls showing mostly fear in the market, as most people are loading up on puts at the moment. And the VIX and volatility is starting to retreat to a below a 50-day moving average after that last spike that we experienced. Safe haven demand, junk bond demand are the last two, and effectively those are in fear and extreme fear. We've mentioned some strength in the bond market. The yields are retracing in some areas, but in general, I think yields are positive. So this indicator doesn't really cover like everything from an economic perspective, but enough to get a sense of how do markets feel about the forward returns of the stock market. And right now, we're just really kind of in that neutral territory. Since the stock market is really kind of, to me, a leading indicator of whether or not we're in recession territory, this neutral indicator tells me that I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it, but I'm also not. I'm not in a position where I think that it's impossible to occur. We need to see some. We need to see some declines in corporate earnings. I think some of this hype around the AI cycle needs to abate or at least level out. But right now, I mean, we'll know as we close out Q3 here. And we start to look at earnings, the next NVIDIA earnings report is going to tell us a lot about where that demand is coming from and how big that demand is. And I think that this is propping up a big part of the tech industry, since many of the Mag 7 are investing heavily in AI. Just look at iPhone's, Apple 16 release. It's AI everything now. Everything is, we're building an AI phone now. So I think the phase of changes that we're about to experience from an investment perspective are very let me rephrase this. The amount of capex that's going into AI right now is the big question mark, because investors aren't entirely sure how quick and how big the returns will be from those investments. So the thing we need to keep a close eye on is what the earnings reports look like over the next 2 or 3 quarters to see how AI has actually played a role.
So what I'm hearing is neutral code for volatility, for uncertainty that can go either way. Is the range of outcomes wide for you?
If I look at it from a technical perspective, I think we need to head back down into that lower VIX territory for a while and stay in that accumulation zone before I'm ready to say, oh yeah, we're going to see a breakout again here, a spike in volatility.
I see. Well, I want to see a dip in markets from September, October. I want the classic dip. Give me 10%. And then I know we're off to the races. That's, to me, that's the gun in the air. And everyone has every reason in the world in order to pump this market as high as possible. The final thing I'll show is to me, the greatest level of uncertainty, and I check this every day and multiple times a day, is the the election. And when I see split between these two, I go, of course, if I'm an American, I don't know at all what I should be betting on. And everything is up in the air. I don't know if it's going to be tariffs. I don't know if it's going to be open border. I don't even know what's going to happen. And so then I go, great opportunity for a catalyst to occur in order to buy. I sound like not that I hear myself. I sound like the people that the Occupy Wall Street people were complaining about, and I'm sort of starting to hear it now. They're like, okay, Tom is like, if there is volatility in there, that's where I can make money. So please, let's get it going. Let's start something new. Let's get some conflict happening. But whatever.
We'll get there.
There's conflict anyway. I might as well make money off of it.